back. So I'm going to start by getting the rest of this material drug out of here, chipped up, before we start falling anymore. So I want to clean up my mess before I make more of a mess. What a change this morning. It's like 40 degrees. Yesterday was 21. So most of the snow is all melted off now. It's a little damp. It was kind of misting this morning. Not really much more to see, so I'll get you set up on a time lapse and we'll just start dragging this brush out of here. And then once we get it cleaned up, like I said, then we'll start falling some more trees. Good morning. We're back for day 3 on this logging job, and I didn't film much yesterday just because it was mostly all the same. We're just dragging brush off the hill and chipping it up. There wasn't much to see, so I like to just kind of focus on that and get that done. But now we're going to be falling some trees today, and I think I'm just going to go 1 or 2 at a time. We'll fall it, get the thing cleaned up. That way we'll just keep everything clean and tidy. So we filled the dump trailer up with chip last night, and we did have this drug down here. So this is ready to be chipped right now. But I think I'm gonna work still on this low side and try and we've got like 10 or 12 trees. So I wanna get all the white pine so we can get that stacked up and ready to go to the mill. So I've got an ash and a small bit of cherry to fall first, and that'll open up the drop zone for pretty much the rest of these white pine that we're taking. There's like 10 or 12 of them. And then basically kind of phase 1 is done of the project. So we'll try and get everything on this side of the hill. After talking with my brother-in-law, it's pretty much all hardwoods up on top of the hill, and he kind of wants to keep that for firewood. So I'll be back next week falling that, but we won't have to haul or process any of that material. And I can get the tractor up on the top side there, and we'll just fall all that. Wind, she'll push it over. Turn. house here, so they're going to have a dozer coming in and taking all the topsoil off, and they'll rip the stumps up and stuff. But he's putting a couple wood burning stoves in his house, so he'll need plenty of that firewood. Take some more fibers out of this one. Just a few more fibers out of the face will do it. It's probably hard to see looking into the sun, but that's the way we gotta follow. Alright, we got the neighbor moving the car. That'll be good. Let's get the chipper fired up. Beautiful morning. It's like 32 degrees this morning. It was like almost 40 yesterday morning and 21 the morning before. So warming up to like mid 40s, which is perfect working weather if you ask me. I watch a few other tree guys on YouTube, and once in a while I'll get into the comments section and read those, and I see a lot that guys like to watch the cleanup process. So this is that for you. I have shown some of this in the last video, but this is just the chipping process. Definitely slows everything down. I'm calling this a logging show here, but really it's just kind of tree work. Regular tree work. I'm putting any and every tree on the ground. Basically it's a clear cut, and then the material that I can chip I am chipping, and then I just so happen to be saving a few logs out of the deal. Even though this slowed the process down, you know, chipping this way where I'm basically chipping full trees, these little trees, you know, this setup worked pretty good. It's nice to have the room that the cul-de-sac provides here to work in. We don't always get that in tree work. So for those of you that are interested, the setup I'm running here is a Bandit 12 XPC with a 74 horse Kohler diesel in it. And then this is the Kubota L3902. And I highlighted in last video that I'm running a Vermeer brand grapple on it. I also have a Wallenstein FX85 forestry winch on the back. Do have the tires filled on this tractor, and this is my kind of day in day out tractor, or loader for that matter, for tree work. So this is kind of the setup I have pretty much all the time on the job. You can see here kind of to the right of the chipper and my brother-in-law's dump trailer. That's my roll-off truck. I did have one video where I started the build on that. That is done now and operational. I haven't made the second video. If you guys are interested in seeing any more of the build process on that truck, maybe you've watched the first one, let me know. So I'll let this play out, a little bit more of the cleanup process, and then we'll start dragging some more brush off the hill, and then we'll get to falling some more trees. So far, so good. Okay, I'll go hook on the next one. This is working nicely. Come to start falling some white pines now. We got those little hardwoods all cleaned up. So far, so good. Kill switch on this saw Only works when it wants to. So this tree here was a super dead, crispy white pine, and it was leaning down the hill, kind of towards the tractor and chipper there. I've been following most everything up the hill, but because this thing was so crispy dead, I didn't want to bang wedges on it to try and get it up the hill, so I just decided to send it with its lean and then deal with it on the ground, cleaning it up later. So that group of trees is down and gone. Brother-in-law is here, Gavin, he's helping. That really helps. Just have a guy down here on the winch, running the winch, and then I can stay up and, you know, set the chokers and move to redirect to drag around the stumps. So we're gonna fall probably 3 or 4 more white pines now and keep after it. We got a little bit of more capacity in his trailer, so we might as well fill it up so he can get his money's worth out of his trip. If we can get these 3, at least 3, maybe the 4th pine down and chipped, then we could probably drop these last few and at least get the brush staged for the next trip out. So I'm gonna set up here and start sending some of these. I guess we'll start at the top of the hill and work our way down. So what we got here, YouTube, is I should have done back cut first on this one, but I didn't, so I cut my face cut. I went into the back cut, and that's because on a lot of these, the top is leaning east up the hill, but the trunk weight is sitting back, so it's getting hard to judge. So I judged this one incorrectly. I thought I'd get the face cut and I could get into the back cut and it would go, but it's sitting back down. So I had to pull my bar out. We got the wedge sunk in, and then what I have to do is just carve the face out of the front to take up our holding wood strip, basically. So now we should be able to just wedge it over. And a bottom out right there. Should have room for a doubler. Let's see which side. Maybe this one. There she's going. Ooh, should have moved the chainsaw. Haha, just tickled it. So we're gonna look at this one. And I mean, it seems to be fairly fair standing, but also kind of an optical illusion with the other seemingly straight trees around. Plus, when you're standing on a hill, I'm making a lot of excuses, but let's just, well, we can always do the same thing, huh, Gav? I'll put the face cut in and work my way back. If it closes, we'll I cut a little too far. I got about an inch of holding wood here. I usually like to leave more on white pine, but so I'm just chasing both of these so they're both kind of at the same level in there, you know. Yep. I guess if you're spotting me, just let me know if something breaks. Starts coming onto our head. We're almost there. Ready? Should go over pretty easy. It didn't sit back that hard. It's gone already, isn't it? Yeah. I'm safe. Safe-ish. cameras are all dead, so I'm filming this outro with my phone, but I wanted to show you where we're at on the end of day 3. Pretty much all the trees down in this front section. We ended up falling this back leaner. Cameras were dead before we fell it, so I do have phone footage of that. So we'll be back next week. Tomorrow is opening day of Wisconsin gun deer hunting, so if I get one, maybe I'll throw some footage of that at the end of this video, if y'all care, right at the end. Otherwise, we'll make all the stuff on the top side in a part 3 if I decide to film it. So if you like this sort of content, let me know. Appreciate a like and subscribe, and we will catch you all on the next one.